is it the human has that will help him or her retain supremacy over technology?
I think the answer to that lies in our first 60 seconds, connection. I mean, I think in 15 years' time, 10 years' time, there's a very good chance if you're on an airplane, there won't be a pilot, but there will be an air steward or air stewardess saying, are you okay there? We're only going through a bit of turbulence. Are you fine? Put on your safety belt. You know, AI will be able to replace a lot of things, and a lot of things will be mechanized and automated in the next 5 years, let alone 10. Mm-hmm. But it still hasn't caught up with our capacity to be able to connect with human beings. Yeah. So our ability to connect, to listen, to empathize, all of these are critical, these soft skills. So the higher a young person goes in whatever career sphere, the more important those soft skills go. I would say that those soft skills, that word soft skill is a misnomer. Those soft skills are the critical skills for the 21st century. It's about the power capacity of young people to connect, to listen, and I think AI can't replace those. They are the secret sauce going forward. And these are the skills that we should be leveraging towards and leaning into, our human skills.
So what would you say to the business owner who's decrying the fact that the youngsters coming into his workplace now are lacking in the soft skills, and really that the education system, as they see it, has failed them, while it may be a far greater impact from other forces as well? But what would you say to that business owner? What would you see as his or her best avenue or approach to ameliorating that type of deficit?
Well, it's a really good question, because a lot of the language of business is kind of seeped into the school planning language. We're talking about total quality management. We're talking about KPIs, etc. But I think there's a conversation that needs to be had between business owners and HR people particularly, and schools in terms of these skills. I mean, collaboration, working as part of a team, project-based management, project work, teamwork, listening skills, communication, both written and oral. I think it's really important that schools and educators and principals and the stakeholders listen to these, that these are the skills going forward. But I would also put a caveat there. I mean, we shouldn't be just pitching schools to the needs purely and exclusively of business. It's also about what kind of person that we want. So I would also say I think the key question for young people when they say, sir, I don't know what I want to do with the rest of my life, I think a more pertinent question is, who do you want to become? Who do you want to be is a more important question. So the business aspect and career aspect is only one part of the jigsaw puzzle, but it's a key one. But I think more to the point is, what kind of person do we want to shape? And I think it's about character-based education. What kind of character, what kind of values, what kind of strengths do we want to inculcate and bring forward from our young people? And what's the best ways to do that? What's out there at the moment in terms of education that we can use and adapt and pivot to that can actually bring forth that kind of quality of education and outcomes that we want for our young people?
So it's really, we're appealing to the whole. The holistic education. It's not just preparing the youngster for the workplace. It's preparing them emotionally, physically, spiritually as well.
Well, Teresa, most mission statements in schools in Ireland have some reference to holistic education, but sometimes I think we pay lip service to that. What does that actually look like in a very secularized world? How do we actually let young people know that sense of purpose, that sense of spirituality, that sense of emotion development, physical development are all essential for their ongoing development? It's about that character. And what does that look like in the 21st century? Because what got us to here is not going to get us to the next 10 years. So I'm talking about imagineering, really, reimagining education and having a conversation about what that might look like. And central to that conversation is the student voice. Ask the students, don't dismiss the importance of a young person. The most important people is the people in front of you. They need to be central to that conversation. And sometimes I think that young people's voice gets pushed to the side, and we, the older people, will tell you what you want. Ask young people, what do they want? What are the skills that they would like to see? And they will tell you. And I think they have a rich vein of data that sometimes we neglect in having that conversation.